Well, we're back this week.
Yes.
Granny's back in another S&C this week. You got the news for us later, right?
Yes,
You got any
yeah.
good stories or anything coming up?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm back.
What? I didn't know you were going to be back.
Yeah, I had my baby.
Oh, you had yours. So,
Okay.
oh,
okay.
you don't, I guess
Good.
we don't need you.
Yes, good. Good. I'm out.
All right. Well, come on,
thanks,
Jarrett. You never know who's going to show up. Hey, welcome back, man.
Hey guys.
Congrats on the baby.
Oh yeah, beautiful baby girl.
She doing good?
She's doing great.
We showed her photo
Granny was
last
a little
week.
too close to you.
Yeah, a little
I don't
tight.
like being that
You don't
close
like
to
that?
you.
I might bite you.
Do I look good, Connor?
Do we need to rebalance the whiteboard there? What we got doing on anything?
I got a white shirt on.
How's double dad life?
You know what? It's better than single dad life.
Is it?
I mean, not single dad life, but
Yeah, you're not.
one kid. The more kids, the merrier, honestly.
Wait, is there something we didn't know?
No. I told my wife that I will have as many kids as she's willing to bear. We'll figure it out.
It's like 10 years later. The whole team. And it's like we got kids hanging on us. They're all Jarrett's kids.
I used to want a baseball team worth of kids. That's 9 kids
I
at
know.
least.
Okay, break on 3.
1, 2, 6.
I don't think.
Maybe
she's-
10 if
I don't
you
think
need
she's
it.
going to be down for that.
We'll see. Everything went great though.
It's
Wife's
good to
doing
have you
good.
back,
Yeah.
man. We missed you. Granny filled in last week
did
for you.
great.
She did do good.
I thought I might lose my job after last week.
I'd say there was some straws drawn before you got in today, and we thought about it. And then Granny
Yeah.
said, "I do not want to do this anymore." I said, "You have to do it today because he's not here." And then you showed up.
I showed up.
So, well, hey, that's fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. She did great, but she's one of those like good for one spot,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
She's better whenever she doesn't know the camera's like
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
She
But
doesn't-
she had fun with it last week. I kind of like let her. It was easy because you were the biggest part of our news. So.
Yeah.
But we had fun with it.
Yeah, I liked being able to join. I was at home. I was in my garage. And I was like, everybody was napping, so I'm gonna go film real quick in the garage, film a video, and send it to them.
Afterwards, I didn't realize I should have told you to turn it sideways because all of our stuff's shot.
Oh, that's true,
I didn't even
yeah.
think about that, and then I sent it to Connor. He's like, "I'm like, that's bad on me." So.
You told me that's perfect. It'll work.
Yeah.
That's what I got respond when I said it.
Well, I just knew you had limited time, so I wasn't gonna rush
That's
you. But-
okay.
But glad to have you back, man.
Thank
we
you.
missed you. We didn't have you for a whole week of filming too. We missed
Yeah.
Jarrett, so we had to make a few videos without you. But we
I know
survived.
I missed out on the Toby Keith video.
Keith, R.I.P.
That was good though. That was good. You and Granny, great tribute to Toby.
Like Toby did.
Exactly.
How do you like me now?
Thank you. I mean,
True American patriot.
I love Toby Keith. I've always loved Toby Keith. Huge part of my life. I've mentioned it in a Twitter thread thing
Yeah.
I wrote. Like from the time I was a kid to like even how I met Teen, I was singing the song and she loved it. And then, dude, my first commercial ever was a Toby Keith commercial.
Really?
Yes.
For
As
what?
for Toby Keith's Bar and Grill
really?
in Norman, Oklahoma. I don't
good
know where
place.
that's
Yeah.
at. I don't know where it's at. Like I don't know where that commercial ever. I saw it like one
Yeah.
time and then I never saw it again because
Into
that
the abyss.
location closed
Oh.
like a couple years later. But first commercial, like there's so many little things. Teen and I's first date after a Dodgers game in Oklahoma was
Yeah.
at his bar and grill
Toby
there in
Keith's.
downtown Bricktown.
We used to go there all the time for school stuff. We'd go to
Yeah.
Bricktown. We'd always eat in there.
So and I love Toby Keith. Like, what's your favorite Toby Keith song? If you can name one.
Probably should have been a cowboy.
I should have been a cowboy.
That's a classic.
That or courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Brought to you courtesy.
Because that one just that gets your patriotic blood pumping.
If you don't
right there.
love that song, like something's wrong with you. Number
Yeah.
one, you're probably not an American. But that's probably that one or something about How You Like Me Now. Since
Yeah.
a kid, I remember that being on the radio and hearing that and being like
How do you like me now?
fired up. Like, yeah, and I'm gonna show everybody how you
Yeah.
like me now. You know, so I loved it. So I love Toby Keith, and I've been sending thoughts, prayers to him and his family, and he's in a better spot. You know, I will say people don't like saying, but cancer sucks.
Yeah.
We've dealt with it personally in our own lives. We've both lost grandpas to cancer. I've lost 2 grandpas to cancer.
Yeah,
You've
I
lost
mean,
one.
it takes so many people's loved ones. It really does.
It is, and it's a shame that we don't have a cure for it that we know of or anything. So hopefully we can get that figured out. But we just want to pay our respects to Toby.
Yeah,
We
that's
did
our
in a
first
video.
news
that was part of the
headline
news.
today. That was my first one I was going to get to.
Oh, right in the news.
Was R.I.P. Toby Keith.
Well, all right.
An Okie, an American.
Unapologetic for everything he stood for. And that's why I love him. I think that's why he's been a huge inspiration.
True legend.
And he's a diehard Sooner. I love seeing him at games.
He was always there.
I know you texted us. I walked by him one time, and then me and Teen went to a restaurant after a OU game at Red Rock in Norman. Just come in right there by the host stand. He's sitting there at the bar.
Just chilling. Just
Like,
regular dude.
just,
Yeah.
it was like I'm like that's Toby Keith.
Yep.
But like at the end of the day, he made us feel like he was one of us.
Oh yeah, just another OT
icon.
Yep.
You know, but R.I.P. to TK, big dog
Oh,
TK.
yeah. Well, I've got on to the next.
What is the other news we got going on?
Well, this week, or I guess it was kind of last week, recently, somebody got a chip in their head.
Oh, the Neuralink.
Neuralink. Don't do it, Elon. Don't do it.
Sometimes
not
I
a
think
good
he's
idea.
good, and sometimes I think he's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you take what you can with him, but it just doesn't seem like a good idea.
No.
And then another thing in the technology sector this week is you keep seeing all these people.
Oh.
You know what they're doing?
Apple Vision goggles.
Those Apple goggles. Like, what the heck, man?
Well, for the next video I have one,
The
I'm sitting
next
here
video,
like,
yeah.
hey everybody,
We're doing our
work.
Sunday night.
We're actually
conversation.
reading our Bible while
Yeah,
we're talking
I've
to
got
you
my Bible
guys.
right here.
Yeah.
And I got the game on over here.
Yeah.
I'm playing video games over here.
Why can't we just like physically get into
Yeah.
this? Like, what's wrong with reality?
Man, that made me think. I
Like an
saw.
old man saying this.
Yeah, for real. I saw a video. It was on TikTok or something. This guy had AI create images of kids playing from like the 50s, the 60s, all the way up to the 2000s. In the 2000s, they've got like their like video game, like Game Boys and stuff. And then they got them in their 2020s and 2030, and they've got the goggles on their face. They've got the earbuds in, you know, and they're just zombies standing there. And around them, you know, in the first, it's all vibrant and green and stuff. And then as it goes later on,
Dark.
it just gets dark and decrepit looking. And that's where he made a good point. He said, are we at a turning point right now? Are we going to go down that path to where everything just becomes more digital and the world around us becomes worse? Or are we going to get back into the world that we actually live in?
Reality. Yeah.
Exactly.
It makes me think the Simpsons predicted it. I saw in a thing they predicted this thing. We've talked about that before. Simpsons really good at predicting things.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one. I saw a guy talking about like it's just sad that's where like the meme you were mentioning in the future. That like that's where we're going now. It's like all these movies that came out before, like the Surrogate movie to the Ready Player One. All this like people are not going to want to be here in reality and be a part of this thing that we have going on here. And I don't know. The older I get, I want to be removed from this.
I mean, like I just had our second kid. It's like that's something that's real.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get that from goggles.
No.
You can't get that from some kind of artificial reality
Yeah,
that's created.
the dopamine hit you get from that is so much grander than any dopamine hit you get from something out of a screen.
Like I showed you that picture the other day. So I'm sitting in the recliner in the morning and I'm holding our newborn. And then here comes my 18-month-old in his PJs running up there and he wants me. He gets up in my lap. That beats anything that you could ever get from any kind of technology.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that beats that right there.
Sounds like the greatest love ever.
It really is, man. I'm loving being a dad. It's awesome.
Oh, we hit that lot.
Yeah.
We beat that like a dead horse.
Yeah.
It is the best.
Yeah.
Well, what else in the news? Is there
Okay,
going on?
well, by the time this airs, this will already be on. But Tucker Carlson, one of the greatest journalists of our time, honestly, is interviewing Vladimir Putin.
Unapologetic again. That's another guy.
He must be a traitor, from what I've heard.
I've heard that,
That's
too.
what's going around the Twitterverse is that he's a
It's
traitor.
ironic that he's a traitor for wanting to interview and ask questions to that, but then a so-called governor of a certain state can embrace another communist leader from a country in a
goes and
city
tackles kids.
and cleans up an entire city, but that's not ostracized.
No. Well, and then I keep seeing all these other pictures of people that have interviewed the same person, Putin, Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
All these people have interviewed this same
And
person.
why is it controversial?
Yeah.
He's a puppet.
Yep.
That's what I heard from a very reliable source who may or may not have her own list of the things. So we will not go down that path.
Well, I'd go watch it. Go see what he
I'm
has to
excited
say.
that comes out. Yeah, it comes out tonight.
Yeah.
We're filming this a little early, so it comes out tonight. I'm excited to see what it says.
Yeah, just go see what he says. I mean, if you don't have to agree with it.
Yeah, just see.
Just watch it. Yeah.
Allow yourself to absorb information.
And absorb the information and make your own decision.
Yeah.
But okay, I got one more thing.
All right, last thing.
This is probably the biggest thing going on this weekend
coming.
besides that interview coming on Sunday.
Okay.
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Who you got?
I think I'm going with Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
I
don't know if the NFL wants that to happen because
No,
I think
they
there's
don't.
some outside circumstances that they would love to happen.
Yeah.
But personally, in my heart of hearts, I'm a 49ers fan this weekend.
Well, I've watched Brock Purdy play 3 times in my life in person.
At Iowa State?
Against OU.
Yeah.
And every time you could just say, "All reliable Brock."
Yep.
And when it come crucial part of the game, you could expect him just to turn it over to you.
Purdy gets rid of it. That ball is picked off.
And so I hope he doesn't revert back to Iowa State, Brock Purdy. I hope he sticks with
Well,
this,
if they just
MVP
give the ball
caliber.
to Christian McCaffrey,
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine.
All right. Well, we're coaches. We should know. But
Yes.
the Super Bowl is this weekend. So good luck to Chiefs fans and 49er fans. Not to dog. I know there's a lot of Chiefs fans out there. So
Yeah, I mean, I like the Chiefs too, honestly.
If you could take out all the outside, the X's and O's stuff.
I liked the Chiefs.
I love
Chiefs
Andy
a lot
Reid.
more
I think
before this
Andy
year.
Reid's one of the best coaches.
One of
all
the
time.
best quarterback coaches too.
Yeah,
like
offensive minds.
yes.
Like what he's done. One of
and
the
a pretty
best.
funny guy. In some of
Yeah,
his
he's funny.
commercials.
He was my father-in-law's college coach.
Really?
He was
That's
his
cool.
O-line coach.
Dang.
And he
Small world.
Yeah, it's very small, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was the news, and you mentioned in the news we're talking about like you being a dad and everything.
Yeah.
And this week also is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Get your gifts ready.
I gave my wife her gift a little early because
Child.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna give you your Valentine. Like as soon as we got home, like the next day, I was like, here's your Valentine's gift. It's also a thanks for having my baby gift.
Oh, you know what they call those?
I don't remember. I know.
What? Push presents.
presents.
Yeah. Like I remember somebody asked me, "What are you getting?"
Yeah.
Push present. I was like,
I didn't know what. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They got her a birthday, so I was like, that's your birthday, your push present,
Yeah,
everything. In one. Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, that's what I had. There were several gifts in there, so it was more than one thing. So I guess some of them were Valentine's, some of them were push presents. That's what you said, push presents.
Yeah, push presents.
Yeah.
Well,
One thing she wanted, I'll tell you one thing she wanted that's kind of funny. My wife's a teacher. She wanted a laminator. I bought her a laminator.
That's just funny.
Yeah.
You gotta make them happy. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever they want, the things that they want outside like the normal things.
Yeah.
Like, Valentine's is a different gift giving holiday.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
It's always flowers and chocolates.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
you give a little bit
expected.
of extra love in there.
Yeah.
And then another news thing I forgot to mention, you made me think of it, gift-wise, is actually this weekend is our 3rd anniversary of Bar X Apparel.
Oh yeah.
Merchandise.
Got
that-
our Rebel brand stuff now.
Yeah, the Rebel stuff out there. So if you do want to get a gift for your husband, it'd be a great gift. If we
Yeah.
got our Bar X hats, anything out there, represent what we stand for. The merch we always put out has always been very high quality. We always back up what we say in it.
Like this is one of the most comfortable shirts that I own. Right
Yeah, you'll ever own it.
Yeah.
I know why it's hard, but during the summertime, it's gonna be you'll be
Yeah.
wearing that a lot.
Oh yeah, this material and this one is a soft, like athletic material.
Yeah, it's a 95 spandex polyester blend. Different than anything we've had before.
Yeah,
but
it's not just a cotton t-shirt.
But we're not really an apparel company, but we are because we do take pride in everything we wear. Is like something I wear daily. Like I wear this hoodie,
yeah.
I wear this hat, you wear that. Like we wear all this stuff daily. It's about who we are. And we've been able to do it for 3 years. So
Yep.
that's
been
our
great.
anniversary. So we might be having a sale this
Happy
weekend.
anniversary.
Thank you. But you said Valentine's Day and anniversaries. I was like, oh yeah, by the way. So if you want to check that out, it's a great gift to give your loved ones. But again, back to the point of Valentine's Day. It's a great holiday of love, celebrating love. And God's love is the ultimate greatest love outside of the children we were talking about a while ago. There is one great love that is greater, and it is God's love.
And like you're talking about children, it's like the way that I love my children and I try to take care of them. That's how God loves us and tries to take care of us.
And even greater than how we love.
We can't even imagine.
Can't comprehend it.
That's the only way I can put it for my small human brain to comprehend. But God's love for us is just so overwhelming that we can't. He literally sent Jesus here to die for us, to take our spot on the cross.
Yeah.
Like to take all the sins from us.
Could you imagine sending your son to die for a bunch of other people's sins?
I couldn't do it.
I know.
I couldn't do it.
Imagine the sacrifice he felt
Yeah.
as a loving father.
Yeah.
His perfect son that he sent to earth. But it was always part of the plan, you know? And
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, I
hard
mean,
part
it's his
too.
plan,
So
yeah.
it's just so crazy to really comprehend when you are a father to comprehend that love. But God's love for all of us is so overwhelming. And when you finally accept it, it gives you, we've talked about this a lot, but that peace of mind in your life, this like void that you have in your heart,
The God-sized hole in your heart
gets filled with this love when you embrace it. It's like anytime you embrace love. And I think that's the ultimate thing we're missing in life and in reality is love could heal everything.
Yeah.
And not in that whole hippie sense, you know, everyone goes, oh, love, and that's soft because, no, some of the toughest people I know in this world are also the most loving people.
And sometimes if you do love someone, you have to be tough on them.
Exactly.
You know, you're
love
not going
is
to
shown in different ways.
Yeah, you're not going to let somebody go off and become a druggie or something. Just, oh, I love them, I'm just going to let them do what they want. No, you're going to say, hey, that is bad for you. I love you and I care about you, and I'm not going to let you do that to yourself. Yeah. That is love. That's some of the ways that we can show love to our family and friends is to, you don't want to be forceful on people, you know, but you want to be there for them. Yeah. And that's great love. Not just Valentine's love for somebody you really care for, but also for those around you.
Yes. And that when love is involved in anything, it truly is the ultimate healer. I believe that.
Yeah.
You can do, by showing someone kindness, that is showing them love, and showing them, like, when you show somebody just a little subtle hint of your love, you can see this. Like, you can, even when this person's like the nastiest, meanest person, when you see it, you can see even like they can't. It's like when the Grinch, we talked about the Grinch, when he got shown love in his heart. It's like when you embrace love, you really can change your life. Yeah. And you realize that all these people around you care about you, love you, whether it's in people, friends, people in your community, teachers, whatever. If you have this sense, like, knowing that people out there do care about you, like we mentioned, we got an email this week, that you are more than that. You are loved. Yep. No matter where you're at, what circumstance you're in, God loves you. And that's the ultimate. It's like, you never have to question where that love is. Like, when people say they feel lonely, well, guess what? There's one person that loves you.
Yeah, there's somebody that's always there for you.
No matter what. And that's what ultimately what I want to talk about tonight is, like, love is a central part of this week coming up, but God's love is the greatest gift that we could have ever been given.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what's the verse you have that follows?
I've got a verse
All right.
today. If I can find my right page.
People are always asking, what version of the Bible do you have when you read out of it?
I read the New Living Translation.
Okay, NLT.
NLT. Yeah. It's just easy to read. I have the King James Version for all of you out there that say that's the only version there is.
The Puritans.
Yeah. Read what you want. I read this, and I like it has notes. This is the Man's Translation Bible, too, so it has like other stuff in there, but I like it. It's easy to read, honestly. And I'm trying to read. I'm still doing my Bible reading plan. I'm working on it.
Okay. Well, what do you got for us this week?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. It's like the Alan Jackson song.
Yes, that is. That is a great way to, like, wrap it up, put a little bow on it. And that's what I know. Alan Jackson's a man of faith too. Yeah. But that is one of the most sincere lines written in the Bible, because I think and in 1 Corinthians is one of the best books in the Bible, personal opinion, because there's so many good antidotes for life.
There's a lot of love in that.
And that whole it's all love. I think that's why I personally like it. But love can fix everything, and God's love is the ultimate medicine for life. And I wish we would just embrace it, because it is the greatest.
Yeah, if more people would embrace it, this world would be a lot better place.
It would be. The greatest gift we've ever been given is God's love. Faith, hope,
and love.
Yep.
Let me get to a couple emails here.
Oh, yeah, we got to wrap. Yeah. Last week we didn't get to, like, get in the nitty gritty. We had to hand it off to you, but.
And remember, email us at sundaynightconvos@gmail.com.
Did I get that right last week?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, because we did good. We got quite a few. Okay. I'm not going to be able to reach everybody this week, but I've got a few of them I want to hit on.
Okay.
And first we had Bo, and he lives in Grenada, Mississippi. And he just asked for prayers for his community and his family. And so here's to you, Bo. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Bo. Appreciate you. Won't be sending prayers your way.
Yeah. And then Colby, he's a rebel.
What's up, Colby?
Colby is a rebel from Massachusetts who loves our videos.
A rebel in Massachusetts. Well,
right on.
You know the initial rebels of our country.
That's true.
Came from that area. So
yeah.
What's that book you gave me? I'm reading it. America Untold.
America. I can't remember what it's called.
It's really good. Yeah. So Colby, check out that one, America Untold by David Burton.
David Burton. Yeah,
it's really good.
Talks about how Christianity was a driving force in the
golden
creation.
Thread of the golden thread of American culture. A lot of it started in Massachusetts.
Yep. And then I want to finish with Ken from Indiana. He asked for some advice.
Okay, what does Ken got?
He said he started doing sermons at his church every couple months. He's only 16 too.
Wow, that's impressive.
And he asked for some advice on public speaking whenever he's given sermons and stuff, like how to keep people engaged and things. Well, what do you think? You're a great public speaker.
I wouldn't say great.
I've seen it. He's great. Don't let him be humble.
I will say my very first public speaking opportunities came. I would go up in church and read the Bible. So they'd have me, like, sometimes go read the scripture. And then my very first sermon I ever gave was in church.
Really?
And my approach is the same approach we have with our videos and our content is like, how do we make this relatable to people?
Yeah.
And make it very relatable. So my advice, Ken, right?
Yep, Ken.
My advice would be, even on these old stories of the Bible, how can we pertain it or make it something that's relatable to what's going on in people's life? And for instance, what I used in that very first story, something that was relatable to me, was the story of Kurt Warner and how to never give up. And he was like that MVP mentality. And then they ended up making a movie about this, a few years back. But Kurt Warner's just undeniable. He just knew his conviction of like, I'm doing what I was meant to do, and his journey to get there, and just having that belief.
Yeah, because he was bagging groceries, right?
Yeah, but his faith was a core part of what got him through. So I remember that was in essence. But I brought in like a today figure to relate that message.
Something that's relatable to the audience,
yes.
so they can. I think that's what I told him. I was like, use stuff that's like in the news, stuff that's like from movies or books, things that people understand, stories from your own life.
Yeah.
And use those to relate to your audience, and that's how you're going to keep people hooked.
Well, if you really break down every story that's told today, whether it's movies, TV shows, anything, it's all regurgitated versions of past storylines or historical storylines that they've put in like their own spin. I always tell people, but like, what do you like? What's your guys' influence? What you do? And it's like, it's evolved over the years, but it's like, basically, we are the PG version of like if you mix Andy Griffith's show with South Park.
I like that.
So, but it's like, and that's how we build our whole thing, So relatability is what would be my answer to that, and like being able to really spin things your own way, but keeping the core essence of everything from here.
That's exactly what I ended on too. I said, just make sure God is at the center of it.
See,
we're
on the same page.
I already emailed him back, but I wanted your answer for this, and I pretty much said what you just said.
See, you know why?
Because we do this a lot. We do this a lot.
We've been doing this for a while. Yeah. Like a lot of
we're
like
simpatico. Or whatever that word
simpatico.
Is. That's a big word for me too. Is that I use that one correctly? Or did I say it correctly?
I don't know. That's a new one for me. Simpatico. We're compatibility and like
in sync.
In sync. Yeah. Simpatico.
Like the boy band.
Well, on that note, I can't even remember any of their songs right now.
I don't either. I want to say Backstreet's Back, but that's
oh gosh, I want it that way. Well, I want it this way to wrap it up. Hope you all have a happy Valentine's week.
Yeah.
Enjoy the Super Bowl, whatever you're doing with your family. Remember, God's love is at the core essence of everything. It's the greatest gift that we got.
Exactly. Well, you guys have a great week. Love everybody.
God bless y'all.